distinguished guests, distinguished Rector, Dean, Chairpersons and faculty of European University Cyprus. Dear students, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to European University Cyprus School of Medicine and the white coat ceremony of the matriculation of class of 2026 of the Department of Medicine. We would like to call upon the Rector, Professor Williamos, to officially open the white coat ceremony with his opening remarks.
Good evening. On behalf of the faculty and staff and the entire community of European University Cyprus, I'm pleased to welcome you, our incoming class, distinguished guests, families and friends, to this annual white coat ceremony of the School of Medicine. I would like not only to congratulate the incoming class of medical and dental students, but their families and friends for this important accomplishment. Today, we will celebrate the accomplishments of our entire class together as they begin the remarkable journey of becoming a medical doctor or dentist. As I look at the profile of this entire class, I'm truly impressed. We have students representing over 28 different countries around the world. Your class is made of individuals who have incredible experience and who will bring amazing perspectives with them. Each of you brings something very special to our school, to our university. Now, each of you come together to make your beginning at our innovative and dynamic university. You are commencing your medical and dental studies in a very special year. This year is unique as the COVID pandemic has allowed us to discover new ways to learn and new ways to support each other. We have now gained the experience to do this well and efficiently. We promise to do everything possible to give you everything you need to become an outstanding physician or an outstanding dentist. The university's priority is to provide each and every one of you with the formal training and qualifications you need to practice medicine or dentistry. Central to our every effort is to put you, the European University student, first. As rector of this renowned university, I'm pleased to formally welcome you and open the annual white coat ceremony for the class of 2025 Department of Dentistry and class of 2026 Department of Medicine. Thank you very much.
We would now like to welcome to the podium Dr. Petros Agathangelu, President of the Cyprus Medical Association, to give a short welcome address.
Excellencies, dear Dean of the School of Medicine, dear Rector, distinguished guests, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, dear students, and their dedicated parents. On behalf of the Cyprus Medical Association, I would like to thank the Dean and the faculty of the European University Medical School for the honorary invitation to address at the annual white coat ceremony of the university's first year students. The School of Medicine of the European University has made significant achievements, drawing on the wide experience of the Galileo European International Educational Network. He has pioneered in expanding the range of studies we now offer in Cyprus. The European University School of Medicine has expanded the range of studies, and it has established itself as an international school of medicine in the wider region, attracting students from various countries of the world. I warmly congratulate the directors and the faculty of the school for these achievements. The medical community recognizes the continuous effort of the European University School of Medicine to enhance the high-quality knowledge it offers through its programs of studies as well as its contribution to the general academic upgrading of our country. Dear students, the White Coat Ceremony is a rite of passage welcoming you as a new medical students into the medical profession. As medical students, you are bound by the same professional commitments that bind all physicians. This ceremony will join the symbol of the white coat with the virtues of altruism, responsibility, duty, honor, respect, and compassion. As each of you walks across this stage today to receive your white coat, your journey in medicine will begin. Always have in mind that the practice of medicine is an art, not a trade, a calling, not a business, and you have answered this call. I wish you every success in your studies and urge you to always remember the oath you take today. Remain humble, be diligent, and supportive, and treasure the privilege to serve humanity. Thank you once again, and I wish you the best of health and happiness for you and your family. And we hope that you're going to become an asset to the overall medical community whenever this will welcoming you in practicing future medicine.
Thank you, Dr. Agathagelu. We would now like to welcome to the podium Dr. Moustras, President of the Cyprus Medical Council, to give a short welcome address.
Dean Johnson, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, dear students, I would like to congratulate you for the beginning of your studies and welcome you to the proud family of the European University. It is a great honor for me to address you on behalf of the Cyprus Medical Council, which, as you probably know, is the official authority for recognizing doctors' qualifications. In fact, I'm in the position to tell you that a few weeks ago, we had the first graduates from your university's 6-year program enlisted in the medical register. These are the 44 alumni from classes of 2019 and 2020. This is a great achievement. Dear students, please remember that your university will not give you only knowledge, but above all, some values which are indispensable. It will give a willingness to learn, acceptance of responsibility, courage to try new ideas, and yes, willingness to dedicate yourselves to the service of others. You know better that education at the European University is not about teaching people how to predict the future. It is about helping them to imagine and shape the future. It is about helping them to develop their talents, to be leaders of innovation and responsible citizens of the world, to develop habits of mind, attributes of maturity, and a code of morality that will carry them through their lives. So, I urge you to listen to the winds of change. Always strive for excellence. Never give up. Think out of the box. Innovate and pursue lifelong learning. I wish you every success in your personal and professional life. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Moustra. Dr. Guy Sidney, graduate of EUC, class of 2020, summa cum laude, is called to the podium to give a short welcome address.
Addressing you all today, I find it hard to believe that it's been 6 years since my own white coat ceremony. You might not believe me now, but I can assure you that these years passed quickly, even if some days might seem a little slower than others. I would like to share a story with you. It was another day at the outpatient clinic. I, a young medical student, sat alongside my attending physician when a knock on the door indicated the patient's arrival. With a stiff posture and small shuffling steps, a relatively young patient began to cross the room to a chair placed in front of the attending and myself. It was a short distance, but one that took him a while to complete. With every step, I witnessed the toll his journey was taking on him, both the physical one to the chair, as well as the emotional one that led him to the office that day. The patient finally made his way to the chair and sluggishly sat down in front of us. With an expressionless face typical of the disease, he went on to describe his symptoms. He had been running from one specialist to the next for the last 3 years, with no definitive answer to the cause of his torment. He has been seeking to identify a mysterious enemy that had been progressively destroying a piece of his body with every passing day. A thorough physical exam was performed and laboratory tests were reviewed, but the diagnosis was evident. I sat there watching the attending verify what we both already knew from the moment the patient walked in through the door. There are no definitive tests to confirm your diagnosis, but it seems very likely that you have Parkinson's disease, the attending said, at last liberating the malady's name into the air. Parkinson's, the patient whispered under his breath with a soft voice, as his expressionless face allowed for a hint of emotion to emerge. It was not one of sadness or fear. In his eyes, I witnessed relief. After so many years of uncertainty, he finally saw his enemy's face, the very enemy that had been masking his own. As the encounter came to an end, the patient got up and thanked the attending. He then turned and looked me in the eye. "Thank you, Guy." His soft voice echoed with true appreciation. My heart stopped as I was caught off guard. I didn't feel I had done anything to deserve his gratitude. I was only, after all, a medical student, a fly on the wall. But he saw me. While wearing your white coats, you will be seen, you will be heard, and you will be present at the most vulnerable and intimate moments of your patients' lives. Today's ceremony does not only represent your introduction into medicine and dentistry, but your pristine new white coat symbolizes the responsibility that had been bestowed upon you from this day on. Your class and mine share a unique connection. During the COVID-19 pandemic, at the time my class graduated, it was yours that chose to start its journey. Some say the class of 2020 holds a special place in history, overcoming challenges and graduating during these hard times. But in my opinion, the special ones are you. We had no choice while you had every choice. You did not deter and deliberately took a step forward. In the words of Martin Luther King, the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. By choosing to enter healthcare at the most challenging of times, you showed your true nature. Through the years to come, I ask you to remember this day. Remember this pandemic. Remember your introduction to the challenges of your profession in real time and the decision you made to overcome them. Stay safe, and congratulations to you all.
Thank you, Dr. Sidney. Professor Elizabeth Johnson, Dean of the School of Medicine, is called to the podium to give the White Coat keynote address.
Esteemed Rector, members of the Senate and Executive Council, distinguished guests, colleagues, family members and friends, and my dear students. It's truly exciting to be here with all of you today to share and celebrate a major milestone, the beginning of a journey, the beginning of your journey in medicine and dentistry. It's also truly humbling to stand here and face the great minds of the future and the healers of the future and address their inauguration, their convocation at this white coat ceremony of European University Cyprus School of Medicine. Many of you may ask, what is a white coat ceremony? The white coat ceremony is a rite of passage that welcomes you, our new medical and dental students, into the medical and dental profession. As medical and dental students, today you will become bound by the same professional commitments that bind all clinicians. This ceremony serves to join the symbol of the white coat with the virtues of responsibility, honesty, respect, and compassion as you embark on your studies. Today, with this white coat ceremony, you, our students at EUC, make a declaration of commitment to accept the obligations of the medical and dental student. Now, many of you may be asking, well, what's the purpose of the white coat? The white coat reminds clinicians of their professional duties. As prescribed by Hippocrates, it reminds clinicians to lead their lives and practice their art with uprightness and honor. The white coat is a symbol of the medical and dental profession. The white coat, which you will wear today for the very first time, will change not only the way you feel, but it will also change the way that you are viewed by others. Normally, you are cloaked with a white coat by your faculty, your teachers, your mentors. Being cloaked by your teacher symbolizes the bond between student and teacher. It reminds us that your journey in becoming a health professional is achieved hand in hand with the guidance of your teachers. Although because of the COVID pandemic, we're doing it virtually this year, by donning your white coat, you accept to provide the highest ethical care to each and every one of your future patients and to meet the health needs of society. You will make this commitment in front of your peers, in front of your families and friends, and in front of your teachers. It's a big responsibility that you're taking on today, one that you've worked long and hard to achieve. Receiving your white coat today is intended to impress upon you the importance of the doctor-patient relationship and to encourage you to accept the obligations inherent in the practice of medicine and dentistry, to be excellent in science, to be compassionate, and to lead lives of uprightness and honor. A word about the oath. Dentistry students of the class of 25 and medical students of the class of 26, in a few short moments, you'll take an oath. This is not the Hippocratic Oath. You'll take that one at graduation. Today, the oath that you're taking is your first step on a journey. You're pledging a statement of intent to be ethical and honorable as a student. Student, this oath applies not just to your profession, but to your life as well. In taking this oath, you're committing yourself to the highest standards of behavior and practice, to become someone who accepts the responsibility, the obligation, and the sacrifices that go with the privilege of studying medicine and dentistry. As you take your oath, I'd like to have you reflect on a few words of advice. Be passionate. Accept your passion. Let your passion guide you and lead you through your choices of the future. Be humble. Learn to have the integrity to recognize your gaps in knowledge. You will learn from your professors here at EUC that much of what you will be taught will change, will be refuted, or eclipsed with new knowledge. And my final word of advice is to be compassionate. The word compassion in Latin means to suffer with. While suffering may be inevitable, learn that your new role will give you the opportunity to connect on a deeply human basis. After your years of study with us, society will entrust you with a sacred covenant. So embrace humanity. Remember that you can heal, even when you cannot cure, by the simple act of being kind, of caring. A word to the parents and the families and friends of our students. Ladies and gentlemen, the members of this entering class had to accomplish a great deal to arrive at this moment and to embark on this new journey. It's important to stress from the onset, however, that these accomplishments are not just those of our new students. Behind each and every one of our new students is a story of family and friends, of parents who have nourished and sacrificed, who have hovered, and who now are going to try to let go so that these young students can join us today and start their journey. You have supported each of these young women and men to get them here, and you'll continue to bear witness with pride as they learn to lead a life dedicated to helping others. Parents and family members, please know that we, the faculty and staff of EUC, share in your pride for your loved ones and your students who have started their studies with us. A closing word of advice to our students. As you go forward to study medicine and dentistry and make your remark, remember that you've chosen a profession that has great privilege. You are privileged to become part of the lives of your patients. Learn to embrace this privilege. Learn to embrace your new role. Learn to lead by example. Learn to stand for truth, for reason, for science. Learn to make a difference in the lives of others. My dear students, in a few short moments, you will wear your white coat for the first time. I would like to ask each and every one of you to take one moment and reflect. Take one moment and think about that first step that you're going to take when you put on your white coat, and realize that this is the step, the very first step of your journey. A journey that will be both very exciting and frustrating, but a journey that will be the most fantastic journey you will ever take. Speaking for all of the faculty, staff, and administration of EUC, we welcome you on this journey. We welcome you to the EUC family. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Professor Johnson. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we are now witnessing the cloaking of the new and transfer students of the Department of Medicine, class of 2026. The class of 2026, Department of Medicine, now recite the European University Medical Student Oath. The profession of the oath will be led by Dr. Guy Sidney, summa cum laude, graduate of the School of Medicine, class of 2020.
As future physicians, we strive to develop ourselves as professionals.
With the goal of serving patients and community.
With the goal of serving patients and community.
And as such, we make the following commitments.
And as such, we make the following commitments.
We shall care for the whole individual, not just symptoms and diseases.
We shall care for the whole individual, not just symptoms and diseases.
With a level of humility and tenacity.
With a level of humility
that not only alleviates suffering,
but not only alleviates suffering,
but also supports the highest quality of life.
Will empower our patients through education,
provide an open, trusting environment,
and provide an open, trusting environment
where they feel comfortable and respected.
Where they feel comfortable and respected.
We shall improve the health of the local and global communities.
We shall improve the health of the local and global communities.
We will
actively advocate
for the community while being sensitive to its needs.
While being sensitive to its needs.
While being sensitive to its needs.
And disparities that produce them.
With disparities that produce them.
And the disparities that produce them.
We will foster collegiality
and collaboration
within the medical community.
Within the medical community.
With the aim of advancing healthcare.
We shall remember that it is a privilege to serve humanity.
And will remain humble
and diligent
in our endeavors.
We shall remember that it is a privilege to serve humanity and will remain humble and diligent in our endeavors.
Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present to you the class of 2026 of the Department of Medicine.